want to depart for a moment and talk about something a little more conceptual and theoretical. I want to talk about what kind of a person inspires you. I have a mentor in my business that I can't have an interaction with him except that I walk away with a new insight or with a new determination to measure up. I mean, he's passionate, he's knowledgeable, he's super smart. He is a total person. Like, he's not just focused in one area. He takes care of himself in all ways. He's dedicated to his family, and he just always is learning and growing. And I want to be that person when I grow up. I want to be that kind of a person. And the point in talking about this is that, gosh, if you look around, the world is it's such need of inspirational people. And I'm not talking about, politicians and media personalities and entertainers and stuff like that. I'm talking about just grassroots people who are willing to step out of line a little bit and break the mold, be original, do something non-conformist. I think one of the biggest absurdities of our education system, I use that word loosely, it's more of a schooling system, right, is the fact that it makes us obedient to the crowd, and it makes us afraid to step out of line. And now we have just this rampant cancel culture going on now that is making it even worse. It's like, all of our personality is just being beaten out of us. We're so afraid of being called a racist, a homophobe, sexist, bigots, blah, blah, blah. We're so afraid to step out of line that it's simply making us all just bland. It's all a fear-based trap, and lots of us are falling into it. Social media is not helping, where it makes everybody look perfect. But the question you have to ask yourself is this really who I want to be? Is this me? Is this really how I want to live my life? Just fitting in out of fear. Have you ever thought about what really makes another person inspirational? Have you ever sat down to think about it, make a list, write about it a little bit, or talk to somebody about it? I know that most of us don't feel like we need to be that person. Like, we don't need to be the one that does something interesting or original. We can just live our lives and not be sticking out like a sore thumb. But I'm going to repeat again, the world is in desperate need of nonconformists. Nonconformists like Elon Musk, who just kind of does and says whatever he wants. An inspirational person normally is not concerned with popularity. And if they are, they're really just manipulative, right? A true leader, a truly inspirational person is willing to take risks, willing to be different, willing to make mistakes. Because the truth is, making mistakes can make you inspirational to other people. They see you as being human, and they see you as being able to apologize and learn and grow from your mistakes. But we have to be willing to do that. We have to be willing to step outside the box and to step outside the norm and do something different. So I've kind of made mention of this, but I'm going to say it again. You really can't be a conformist and be inspirational. If you're going to inspire others, you have to do something different than what everybody else is doing. And by that, I don't mean that you have to be flashy. You don't have to be loud. You don't have to be trying to draw attention to yourself. But to inspire others, you do need to do something different. You need to do something different for you. You need to do something hard. I think one of the things that really led me to home education with my own children is the desire to teach them to be different. to help them to not be afraid of following their own, their own dreams, not the dreams that the school system put on them, but just the ones that made them, want to get up and learn something today. And I think that one, if I had taught nothing else to my children, that it's okay to be different. It's okay to not be in the norm, not be in the mainstream. I think that's been one of the most valuable things. They may or may not agree with me because they don't know any different, but being willing to have people criticize you because you're not doing the same thing that everybody else is doing, invaluable. The nature of home education is that element of deciding you're going to walk to your own drummer, and that you're going to have, you're going to put aside whatever other people expect of you and follow your own heart. So my charge to you is to think about how important it is to be inspirational to other people in your little corner of the world, to take the time to do something hard, do something a little different that's outside the mainstream. And I don't mean in a way to get attention. I mean, it's important distinction, not to do something to draw attention to yourself for the praise or for the attention of others, but simply to challenge yourself and to be better than you were yesterday about getting out of the conformity of the world. Honestly, removing your children from the public system is going to be the best thing you can ever do to help them learn to be themselves. If enough of us would be willing to step outside of our own self-imposed or society-imposed, culturally imposed barriers, the world would change overnight, and it would be a wonderful change. And this is really what the world needs right now. It needs systemic change in attitudes. We need to break up the tribalism that is beginning to just bind us down. So think about change in your own life. Think about being an inspiration and how you can change the world by being a nonconformist. That's my charge for you today.